Hey everyone, so if you have followed along with the videos I typically post on this channel, you may know that the core message or the basis behind my videos is really embracing differences, that our differences is our superpower, that our differences should unite us, not divide us, and with everything that is happening right now in the United States, I think it is really important that we all use our voices and that we all speak up, because I've been doing a lot of reflection on my own privilege. I've been talking to people more educated to me. I've been talking to my Black friends. I've been doing a lot to try to gather my thoughts, to learn more and be more educated and be a better ally. And I think there's a really important conversation that needs to be had, white person to white person. So to start, I just want to say I don't think any white person is born racist. I think that we are all born into a system that is based off of racism, and in order to fix the system, white people need to reflect on their privilege, notice what's going on, and fight against it. The biggest reason these systems are able to persist and continue is because white people are so comfortable in their white privilege. They are so comfortable with having the advantage, and they are not personally affected by racism, so they do not feel the need to act, and they don't want to act because they like having that advantage. However, if you're fine with that advantage, then you're also saying that you're fine with your Black friends being killed in the streets. You're fine with your Black friends constantly being targeted. And if you're okay with that, then you cannot sit there and say that you are not racist, which is what I've been seeing from a lot of white people, is that they say they're not racist, and yet they're fine with saying nothing. They're fine with staying silent. They're fine with letting their privilege persist. The solution starts with each individual white person really reflecting on their privilege, to being open to educating themselves, to listening to the Black community, especially right now. If you are not listening to the Black community and what they are trying to say to us, if you're going to be so quick to say that the protests are wrong, violence is not the answer, then you are clearly not listening to them. I'm not saying aggression or violence is the answer, but I am saying if you are going to judge the protest and speak out against the protest before you speak out against racism, that is a large problem. You need to acknowledge where they're coming from, acknowledge how we got to this place. And we got to this place because we have not been speaking up, and we have been fine with just living our privileged lives, and we can't be fine with that anymore. The reason I think education and being open to reflecting really hard on your own white privilege is so important is because a lot of the times these ideas of white superiority have been pushed on us from such a young age, and in a way that we didn't really even notice, that is kind of ingrained in our minds, and we need to do the work to undo that. But from the simplest things, such as like, what were the color of the band-aids that you used? Or what were the color of the dolls you played with when you were younger? What were the colors of the skin tones of people you saw in the media? Just things like that, where superiority of white people has just been pushed on us, and we haven't even thought twice about it. And now it is time to think twice about it and notice that is part of the issue and part of the problem, and we need to do all we can to fight against it. It's not enough to just say you're not racist. You need to be anti-racist. You need to be speaking up. You need to be listening to the Black community. You need to be doing things to actively break the systems that have been so ingrained into this country. I know that the task of breaking the system that our country has literally been built off of since the very beginning sounds large and scary, and it may just make you think, why am I even going to try? But it really is simple. It starts with you just being open to having the uncomfortable conversations, to being able to admit and acknowledge your privilege, and being opening to listening and learning. And that's how we will end up breaking the system. And right now there's a lot of things you can do. There's petitions you can sign. There's so many videos you can watch from people like Ta-Nehisi Coates, Jane Elliott, and many others. There's so many books you can read. There is places you can donate to, and I'm going to link a bunch of these things in the description below, and I hope that they're useful to you. I hope that you use them. I hope you can at least take 5 minutes out of your day to just watch a video and see a perspective that is different from your own, and maybe it will speak to you, because not everyone and everyone's words are going to reach you in a certain way. So that's why it's important to be listening to all different types of people, because you never know what will eventually resonate with you and what will eventually break through. So that's what I have. As always, be true, be you, and I'll see you next time.